and also taught me a lesson that just because you have money doesn't mean it's going to be there forever. Just imagine having close to $1 million just a year ago.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Okay, everyone, welcome. We've got a special guest with us, Mr. Rashar. Thank you for joining me, bro.
Thank you, Harry. Thank you for having me on your channel.
I appreciate it. And Rush is my first guest on the channel, and I don't take this lightly. Rush and I have spent like an afternoon together. He's walked me through what he does, how he's done it, and I've learned a lot about his story. And I think it's important that we understand as diaspora who are looking to relocate, kind of the journeys, the steps that you take, the eventual pivots you will be forced to make as you understand the market or go through challenges. And Rush is a prime example of where we can learn that and learn that really well. So Rush, thanks again. Tell us about who you are, why you came to Ghana, and what drove that decision to come.
Right. So currently, I'm a developer, sell land and all that stuff in the real estate space. That's what I'm known for at this point. But I'm an accountant by profession. So previously I was in the U.S. Navy. So if I would take you all the way back, I want to just let people know that I didn't. Some people go to America or UK and they have this plan of coming back home. That was not mine. The idea of somebody coming back home is, when you are old, like, 60, 65, when you have your pension, you come home and you spend your last few days and then you go away. Basically, that's the model. That's what I've known my entire life. I personally didn't know anyone that had moved to Ghana, even in their 40s.
Wow, okay.
Like, it wasn't a thing. I know probably what's happening, but it wasn't in my awareness. I didn't know anyone who's done it. And we are the product of our environment and what you see. That's what makes you conscious of, oh, this is even possible. So I went to America at the age of 14, thereabout, and went to high school and wanted some freedom, wanted to start earning money on my own. So I joined the military. I was in the U.S. Navy for 4 years.
Okay.
The reason why I joined the Navy is because American school system, if you're not careful, you can find yourself in a lot of debt with student loans and stuff like that.
It's like 100,000 for
some people graduate $100,000 plus in debt. Negative, started life that way, and I felt like that wasn't smart. So I felt like I could do 4 years. I was 18 when I went in. 22, you out. Come out, you do. If you are really like hitting it within 3 years, you can get your degree.
So you're studying whilst training in the military, or
no, after the fact. But some people do go to school while they're in the military. You can take some online classes. Of course, it's not going to be full time, but you can get out having had some other credit. But when I got out, they did give me some credit because my job in the military was very similar to accounting. So when I went to college, I think I had about 20 credits from the military based on what I did. They gave it to me. So it took me 3 years to get my degree instead of 4.
Okay, good.
Based on the extra credit they gave me and all that. But the main reason why I joined is to see the world, get some sort of freedom, take a break to know myself. And that at the time, I think was one of the best choices that I ever made in my life.
Wow.
Because if not, I wouldn't be in Ghana, and I will walk you guys through. The reason why I'm saying that is because I would have started life in negative. How are you going to come to Ghana and take risk, right, at this age?
You'd have to go to work.
You have to go to work and pay your student loans, right? So then you get trapped in the system. Once you join the military, they pay for your school after you are done, and you are honorably discharged, which was the case for me. So, and they pay you on top of it when you're in school. So they pay for your school fees and they pay you. It was a sweet deal. So I went through that whole journey. I think somewhere around towards my last year in college, I moved to this kind of like affluent neighborhood. I wouldn't say so affluent, but different people from what I'm used to, in a certain class. And
Was it because you were still studying in the area, or you'd finished by this point?
No, I was still there, but I'll drive to go to school.
Okay.
I didn't board. When I came out, I was kind of grown. I wanted my freedom, so I didn't go to boarding school. I drive to school.
Cool.
So I moved from the Bronx to Manhattan.
Oh, nice.
So people in Manhattan, usually the rent is higher. The kind of people around, So in a gym that I go to, I became friends with this guy who was pretty wealthy, and during this time, my idea was I'm going to go to school. I'm staying in accounting at this point. Then I'm going to go to school, get myself in one of the big 4 accounting firms, and basically climb the corporate ladder. That was, save towards retirement and stuff. That was it. That was the plan, right? Ghana, it didn't. But this guy started having conversations with me, and he just felt that I could do so much more. Like he could see it in me that I could do so much more as far as like creating something. And he was like an avid reader, so I will only study school materials at this point if I met this guy. Never will lie, and I think this is in a lot of African homes. Like we don't read. It's not in the culture, but I think we are lacking in that regard. So shopping school, A student, but to go and get a book and read on my own due respect.
Gives you a narrow perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Like you just know the school system. As far as like reading other subjects and stuff like that to inform yourself, learn about money, learn about business and stuff on your own. It wasn't part of something I was aware of.
Yeah.
So this guy reads a lot. Like he started telling me about Africa I think this was like somewhere in 2017. I mean, we've been on the rise. Like Africa is developing very rapidly, and more so even today I was looking at I think a speech of like an economist that has predicted that the American dominance is already over.
Yeah.
China and Africa is like in the next 50 years.
Yeah.
This is where that's where we are looking at. So he was like looking at the data, right? The GDP growth. And you see that these African countries, the GDP growth is quite higher than the developed countries.
Yeah.
So he will be talking to me about these things. Remember when I left Ghana, that was when you walk to the plane. Like you walk. We didn't have that connect.
Yeah.
Like it was the old school. You need to walk or you get.
Yeah.
So it was like, but the country had developed so much, right?
Yeah.
So this guy is looking. This is a white guy. He's like pro Africa, right? Like he's like pro Africa. Like he sees so much potential in Africa, and he would be talking to me about these things in the morning when we work out, because he would come having read like some data that came out or some stats that came out, and then he would just put on the table and
you, the African, are listening like.
I'm listening like, what's going exactly like what's going on?
Yeah.
So he was just looking down the corporate environment. My whole life, everybody thought that's like that you are the guy. If you get yourself in a big four, you've made it as an accountant. That's as far as you can go, basically. And this guy's talking down on it. Like, the work culture, they don't really care about you. You can do so much more. And it was my first time where somebody actually like even had me thinking about something that was other than, Yeah, so from there, conversation, we work out 4 or 5 times a week. At this point, we are friends. We hanging out every once in a while. He's much older than me at the time when I was like maybe 24, and he was like in his 40s already.
Okay.
Yeah, he was much older than me. But that has been my life because I joined the military so young. So I'm used to hanging with like people who are a lot older than me. So from there, he started getting my head like, what do you really want to do aside from this corporate environment? I'm like, I love the gym, like the whole gym, not just working out, but how I met him. I met most of the friends that I know from America, aside from like one friend from high school, are from the gym.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the gym is where you meet somebody over and over and over again at a certain time. Right? If I go to the gym 7 o'clock for the next 2 years, and you see somebody fight, that's the serious person.
Yeah.
Right?
Discipline, similar mindset.
Exactly. So it kind of filters out.
Yeah.
And it wasn't deliberate. You just when you talk to these people, you just come to find out that you have a lot of similarities, right? And I'm finding the same thing with like YouTube, diaspora, and community here in Ghana. That seems to be, and some clients that reach out to me. So I just love the whole gym, like the community it creates, and also fitness and the health that it brings. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Ghana at the time, I'm from the mountains, the Brie area.
Okay.
So that area, when I come to Ghana, I think the first time I came to Ghana after I left to go to America was 2012. Around that time, I think I was around 18, 19, I think. I came to Ghana for the first time. I went there. So you don't really see Ghana. The first time.
What year was this?
2012.
2012, okay.
I went to the mountains and you work out like in the backyard of somebody. Like they didn't have the equipment.
Concrete, heavy metal.
And Ghana was like still developing. I mean, Ghana is then and now
different.
Totally different.
Completely different.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Just 14 years. It's so different, you have no idea. So the second time I came back, 2015 December, I came back. But again, I stayed in the mountains. I stayed in the mountains the whole time actually. So still didn't know much about Ghana. But when I came in 2015, December, my father's friend gave me a piece of advice that would later on, I think, changes everything.
Okay.
I went to see him. This guy was the guy that used to take us to the American embassy when we were about to get our visas. My father's good friend. He passed away now. Rest in peace, Mr. Pedro. So he advised me that I'm from Ghana. Meanwhile, this is 2015. I met this guy in 2018, this white guy. So I'm just taking us back.
Okay.
2015, he gave me a piece of advice that I'm from Ghana. No matter what, this is where I'm from. I should secure land. Whether I have no intentions of living in Ghana, whatever, I should buy land. And for whatever reason, that thing hit home. I was, at the time, 2015, I think I was around like 20, 21. 2015, yeah, I was around 20. No, I was around 20, 21, there about. So it hit home. It's something that I don't know, but I took it seriously. I went back to America and I told my older brother that I'm looking for land. So when he finds land, you should let me know. And where I live now, his friend ended up buying land there from an established company, Red Rock Estate. They went under, but at the time, no issues at all. They did all the work aside from the paperwork. They have men on the ground. Sometimes you need the muscles on the ground as well. I didn't know this. I found out later on. Now being in the game, I know how what it takes to have land and then have it peaceful. So I bought the land. I had no idea what I was gonna do with the land. I just took the advice, made sure I watered it, which is something that you have to do immediately when you buy land in Ghana. If you don't have the money, wait 3, 4, 5 months. But as soon as possible, it is urgent. It's not something that you're gonna do. Just look, if you're not ready to do it, don't buy the land in Ghana. Unless it's farmland, then you're okay. But for residential, it doesn't matter what paperwork is on. So that's what we're gonna dive into later to see that the paperwork is just one part. So having the land there, I was contemplating what am I gonna do with this land? It was 2016 when I bought the land. So remember, I came to Ghana in December 2015. 2016, I bought the land. I think 3 months later, I bought the land.
Right.
And now I'm contemplating what I'm gonna do with the land. There was no rush. I built a fence wall. Somebody was, farming on it, planting cassava, and I was thinking, what am I gonna do with this land? Maybe I'll build 6 rooms apartment, and then keep one. Like when I come to Ghana, stay in it. Cause the idea of building a house and letting somebody stay in it, that one I didn't buy into that one. I didn't buy into that one at all.
They'll be enjoying it more than you ever enjoy it.
And it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me at all. Shout out to the people that do it though. You guys are very generous.
Free house for somebody.
I cannot do it. So I was contemplating on what am I going to do with this land. So this was 2016. I'm not making that amount of money to do this. 2016 also, was it 2016? No, 2018 is when I got into the pineapple farm. Okay, so 2016 I bought this thing, started college in 2016 because I got out of the military in December 2015. That's when I came to Ghana, after I got out. That was my vacation. And then I think February or January of 2016, school started. I bought my land while I was in school and stuff like that. Because I get paid while I was in school. I was making money as a student. I was good, right? I was making good money. Like nurses' money, because the military benefit, there's no taxes on it and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So to make that amount, you gotta make alright, I'm very open. So if when I was in New York, they would pay me maybe $3,000 a month for being in school, not school fees, for being in school. That's tax free. So that means somebody has to make close to $5K to take home that amount. So you look at it from that angle, that's like $60K a year as a student, right?
You're getting paid to school as opposed to everybody else is paying $100K to go.
Exactly. And they pay for the school, they pay me, and I ended up doing an accounting job for the school as well. So they pay me as well. The military paid me. They call it work steady. They pay you on top of the other one.
Wow.
So I was also making around $1,004, $1,005.
And that's serious money at that age.
Yeah. Also tax free. And when I was in the military, I was on a ship. So this is where I get my nest egg from, and I think it plays an integral role in what I'm talking about. So I will take us back to 2012. I joined the military in February. It was Valentine's Day when I got shipped off to military training and everything. I hated the military in the beginning, but I came to love it. Then I was on a ship, so we went on a deployment. Deployment's when the ship leaves, and we went in Persian Gulf, around the Middle East and stuff like that. You don't get to spend money. Yeah, we were there for 9 months. Every single the US always has a ship in that area. So our ship goes before we leave, another ship will come. It's like that. It's been like that for years.
Wow.
So our ship was one of the ships that was there. On our way, we stopped in France, had fun. Then I went to Dubai so many times. And then Bahrain, in and out, way back. Before Dubai became Dubai. Now, Dubai was nice, but it wasn't like mainstream as it is now.
I got you,
That was like 2013 there. So, good times. And you don't get to spend the money because whenever we pull into the port, it's only 4 days. And then we are back on the ship. You can be on the ship for 60 days, 45 days without seeing land.
Wow.
It was very depressing for some people.
Wow.
It was very bad. So only the strong survive mentally over there because your phone is not working and all that stuff is crazy.
Yeah.
It's very similar to jail, maybe even worse because you don't get sunlight.
Wow.
Very bad, very bad. So when I came out, I had saved $30,000 at the age of 19.
Good. How long did it take you to save that 30,000?
9 months deployment.
Wow, really good.
Yeah, 9 months deployment, so I saved $30,000. And then I came back. So when I came back in, I think that was 2014 when we came back from deployment. And I bought my first car, put like $10,000 down. I had like 6 years to pay it off. I paid it off in 3 months. 3 years. I thought I was so smart financially. This is what I know. I'm telling these stories, but this is what I know. And I was able to keep that $20,000 that was left out of the money for a long time. Like, it might go down, but I always make sure I have this amount of money in my account, and I've been playing like that since then. Until this land purchase. I bought the land and I built a wall. That's where the money came from. Then, just living life, buying a lot of designer clothes at the time.
Really?
Oh yes, just spending the money, buying a lot of designer clothes. My credit score was good. That's all I know. I thought I was doing well, right? I'm very young. I got my land. I got a car that's paid off. My credit score is good. I don't owe any credit card, debt, nothing. I don't owe anybody, and I have like some 20K in my account. I felt rich, bro. I felt
in
very
a way,
rich.
you were because you had so many positives and so little negatives counteracting that, right? Other people start with negative 100K.
Exactly.
So you did well.
So fast forward 2018. So when I came back, I was living with my parents in the Bronx because I felt like I was gonna come back for 3 years, do school, and then move back to Virginia or something like that. I was stationed in Virginia.
Okay.
Because New York life is crazy. Like parking, can drive around for like 30 minutes looking for parking.
Right.
I just didn't see myself there. I came to New York because I could live with my parents, pay less in rent, and also the military pays you based on the state that you're in. New York is expensive, so you get more. So New York and California had the biggest pay. And I'm always using my brain.
Yeah, you work in the system.
So I work in the system. So I eventually, when I realized I'm doing my master's, plus my wife now, at the time was my girlfriend, realized that, it was a 2-bedroom apartment. I have a little brother. Sometimes you gotta stay in the couch so I can chill with my girlfriend at the time, my wife now. I'm like, nah, I have the money, I can afford a room. So we rented a 1-bedroom apartment in Manhattan. That's how I ended up in Manhattan.
Okay.
In 2018. And before I got into that apartment, I'll tell you a story. I was gonna move to the Bronx. That's what I know. Like the Manhattan was way too expensive, right? But the guy was able to get me a good deal in Manhattan.
Okay. And what was a good deal at that time in Manhattan?
It was. I'm gonna tell you why. So I was paying around close to $2,000 for 1 bedroom. It's not in the prime Manhattan, but it was in a very good neighborhood where the rent was supposed to be like $2,500 or something for 1 bedroom. I was looking for 1,600 there above 1 bedroom, and the guy found one for me, fully newly renovated, very nice. My way of earning money, as I told you, it's not normal. It's military stuff and all that, right? I can prove it, but it's not normal. Somebody paying you a paycheck, it's not normal. Like there's even no tax on it or nothing like that, right? So pay stubs I don't have.
Gotcha.
Like I can show you that I'm getting this amount here. I can show you my bank statements, but it's not your traditional. Yeah. So I went to this landlord with this guy. I got a broker. Some racism came in there. That's why I'm bringing it up, right? Some racism came in there.
Okay.
This is all contributing to the fact that I'm very happy to be here on the ground, here in Ghana, where everybody looks like me, right?
Yes.
So I found this property. I loved it. Everything is going well. Guy ran a credit report on me. Everything is great. He accepted the kind of like how I'm making my money. He accepted it. Like this guy can pay. Until he asked for my ID.
Photo ID.
Yeah, photo ID. It went in. The guys all of a sudden said, mind you, the broker, once he brings somebody there, they take some sort of deposit from me to show that I'm serious, and they're not like showing it until I'm not gonna get that money back if I change my mind and stuff like
Got
that.
you. Yeah.
So it's a serious deal, and this guy's telling me that they gave it to somebody else, and it was a lie because that answer came like 30 minutes after I submitted my ID. So I knew that it's because I'm black and young, and they can just, you know,
Stereotyping you.
probably think I'm making money the illegal way or something. I don't know. For whatever it was, the guy didn't give it to me. But I know for sure that it has something to do with my look and my age or whatever it is. I've had incidents like that with the police a lot in America. If it wasn't for my military ID, I probably would be there by now because I was very young and I was doing well. And I was flashy, as I mentioned to you.
Yeah.
So I had to change that when I got to my hand. I was flashy. I had my earrings, a lot of designer clothes. You know, I was very flashy at the time. So I moved to Manhattan in 2018. Because of this, the guy felt bad. The realtor felt bad and was like, he doesn't like what happened at all. He's gonna help me find a place.
Good. Right.
So that's how he brought me this. Yeah. And I ended up in Manhattan. I went to look at it. The inside wasn't as nice as the Bronx one, but it was nice. But the neighborhood was way far better.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'll take it for the neighborhood. It's nice. We moved in. From there, I started going to the new gym. That's how I ended up meeting this guy that introduced me. Became my mentor, right?
Yeah.
I was his mentor in fitness. He was my mentor in knowledge.
Nice.
And he introduced me to books. Like we talk about. So he was asking me, "What are you gonna do with your life?"
Is there one book that really changed?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Start with Why is the first book he gave to me.
Okay.
That's the first book. I remember that book vividly. But along the way, Think and Grow Rich is a book that stands out for me to be the best.
Yeah.
But Start with Why is what led me to become a voracious reader.
Got you.
That's the first book he suggested because I'm thinking about creating gyms. I told him like when I go to the mountains, if I want to do anything, that's what I would do. And he says, well, how are you gonna do that? Like these are things that you just say it, right? Like the average person would just say things. But he got me into thinking, okay, you want to do something. What steps are you gonna take into doing it? Like stuff like that, which was not in my way of thinking. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna work for 10 years with KPMG. And
had you got the KPMG role at this point?
I interned for them.
Okay.
So it was very clear that I was gonna get a job. So I'm gonna work for KPMG for like 10 years and save money but deep down I didn't even believe that. And then I come together and set up a business. If you thinking about it now from my level of understanding and thinking now, I think that was stupid because the opportunity is gonna wait for you in 10 years, right? Because nobody's gonna come and do it, which is dumb.
But a lot of people felt that Ghana wasn't gonna move forward at any pace.
My friend, I'm telling you. So I came to Ghana in 2019 or 2018. 2019, I came to Ghana. I was supposed to come with this guy, but his family discouraged him. Like, I'm gonna come and do something. What's happening? I was supposed to come to Ghana with this guy, doing some feasibility tests and steady, visiting around and stuff like that. I came alone, and that's my first introduction to East Legon and stuff.
2019.
Yeah, like I passed to Accra, but not. I was very young. I was very young.
So when you came, you're staying with family.
Yeah, exactly. I go to the mountains. I stay with family. Take some taxis, drive. You go to Pedriasi and stuff. You are talking about 18, 19.
Cool, relaxed.
18, 19, 20. You know. So the last time I came, I believe I was like 2019. When I moved to Ghana, I was 27. And that was 2021. So 2019, I'll be like 24.
Okay.
So 24, now, I'm a bit older. I came in and I'm like, Charlie, I want to go to where the action is happening. And somebody was like, let me take you to Osu. At this time, I did some investment. When I came in 2019, 2 people convinced me. My guy who's now like my right hand man in construction. And then I dived into the pineapple farm. Discontinued that because I ended up having some land situations because I wanted to go bigger and something that I'm dealing with right now. I've been dealing with for a long time. So this guy who was my driver at the time, he didn't really have a good car. He wanted to do this service where I buy him a car and you're gonna use it for like hotel. And I'm like, that's not gonna move. Because if the car is just sitting there, nobody calls you sitting there. So I'll buy. Uber was new in Ghana, very new.
Right.
Now the guy didn't believe in himself as far as like him being able to operate the app and stuff like that. He can read and write, but he's not that educated. He didn't believe in himself. And me being mentored by this guy, I know about the mindset, how people think, and I pushed him that he can do it. And it became so easy for him. It wasn't really a big deal. It was just he was in his head.
Yeah.
So when I went to America, I bought him a car, Toyota Yaris. And then I invested like $3,000 in a pineapple farm, and we rented the land. We started very lean. I think we did like 24,000 pineapples to begin with.
Oh, wow.
And then he messed up because we were supposed to produce it for a factory that does like pineapple farm and stuff like that. The guy didn't do his research right, so we came to find out that they have smooth cayenne, sugarloaf, and MD2, 3 types. They didn't want all of them. There's only one that they wanted. I forgot if it was MD2 or sugarloaf. I forgot the ones that they wanted, but he planted both. And the other one had to go to local market, and the whole thing was meant. But we broke even. It wasn't bad.
That's cool.
But we could have made money. And then the beautiful thing about the pineapple is when you plant pineapple, one pineapple is going to multiply. So the next plantation, now the same 24, when you buy they call the sockets, the 24,000 sockets that you planted. Now the next season you can plant like 50 without you having buy anything, or even 60 or even 70. Some of them even one can multiply like 3 times.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So from that angle, me being an accountant and this guy also helped me being able to project things. Like, you just don't talk about things, you put in Excel. He was prolific in that. Put everything in Excel.
Oh, this your guy in the States?
Yeah. Put everything in Excel, project it out. I learned that through this gym encounter. Although we didn't end up moving forward with the gym, as I'm gonna get to the skills that I learned along the way with
That's
preparing for
important.
them. That was the most important thing. So I was using that to apply to everything. To this day, I use that to apply to everything.
So your Excel modeling, projections,
Yes. Those
so you actually didn't pick that up necessarily from KPMG, did you?
No.
You picked that up from actually trying to do something entrepreneurial.
Yes. I didn't work for KPMG for long. As a matter of fact, I worked for KPMG for 2 months. So we're gonna get to that one.
The dream was over quick.
Yeah. I worked for KPMG for 2 months because so I projected it. The numbers look so amazing, and I'm like, we're gonna go big. Let's buy 15 acres.
Wow.
So I think I'm jumping the gun here. I'm talking to the guy, and he was like, "Rush, we're not gonna invest in Ghana if you are not in Ghana."
Facts.
And that never occurred to me. I thought we were gonna do this thing while I'm in America and then put somebody in charge, and I'm like, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
But then again,
it's interesting for him to say that, though.
I mean, the guy is a prolific investor, and he knows the system and how things work. I mean, they own business in America. Even in America, people get screwed. I mean, they don't come online and cry, but trust me, they are messed up people in the West as well. So he knows the game. So. If you never opened a business before and you work for someone, which is most of our most diasporans,
most people,
we are working for people. So when we come home, we don't really understand business. It's not like it doesn't happen in America. It happens. I have friends that they have challenges. That's why they use the cash register. People used to steal in America and stuff like that. They used to steal. So if you have a business and you don't have the cash register and people are stealing, it's a normal course of business. That's what people are going through.
Yeah, that's true.
So you just don't have the systems in place here in Ghana. That's the main issue, not the people. The people, that's human nature.
Yeah.
Yes. So I said, that's interesting. Okay. I'm willing to move to Ghana. That's what I was telling the guy. But I'm not going to move to Ghana and gamble. What if I come to Ghana and you guys choose to not invest and stuff like that? I hang up my career, I'm here renting, I'm gonna struggle and stuff like that. That's not gonna work. I'm gonna move to Ghana on my own terms. Okay. The only way I'm gonna move to Ghana is if I build a house. Right. I own the house, so I started thinking from first principle. What can I do that if all fails, I'll still survive? And that was owning your house, having some income coming in no matter what. Yeah. That would take care of food and stuff like that. Then you have enough time to survive. If that planning wasn't in place, I wouldn't be in Ghana right now.
I agree.
Because during this time, they didn't really have enough money. I was relying on these guys to give me money. But I started with the little I have, so I have bought this car for the guy. I invested $3,000 pineapple farm. I have about $14,000 to my name. Started with the design of my house and all that stuff. Spent money. Then I had to start. To start the building, I think I needed $26,000 up front to start.
What did that cover initially? Was that like
Foundation stage, it was known as mobilization payments, and then a whole bunch of stuff that was going through. So $26,000 I think I covered up. I also learned something new. I realized I could easily access personal loan at 7% at the time, which was very good because my credit was so good. And then I don't know what happened, bro. I just moved very fast. We're paying this thing back within 2 months or less, and the next stage, whatever I have, I would take that loan again, add it to it, pay it off, and then so I was moving.
And this was all going towards you establishing the foundations for you in Ghana to live.
Yes.
Because ultimately, if you have a mortgage-free property, you are probably one of the most free people on this planet.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah. So I had to find a way to do it. So I was doing this, scraping money together here and there. I think at the time before I hit it big in the market, I had contributed about $60,000 out of pocket to do this. Do work steady. The payment is in payment that I was making in what do you call it? In school, and then also some residual income from the military and stuff like that. So COVID happened. When COVID happened, that was 2020, March. I had just finished my internship, I believe, and I'm to start work in June, but it ended up being in October. So I was doing my master's at the time as well. I finished my master's somewhere in June of 2020.
Was it still in accounting, or did you?
Still in accounting.
Okay.
So I did my undergrad in accounting, did my master's in accounting, which was stupid looking back. You're supposed to do something else.
Yeah.
So, but all I knew was accounting is where I'm going.
Because we're a typical Ghanaian guy.
Yeah.
That's the influence. Accounting, medicine, what else again?
They don't even talk about finance.
No.
Medicine, accounting, lawyer.
Lawyer, that's it, law. That's it. Yeah.
So, I did my master's in accounting, then COVID happened, and I've been studying Warren Buffett for a long time. I've been doing a lot of things, but I've never actually invested in the market before. But I know everything. So this was an opportunity for me to dive into it and exercise.
The market was in a dip at that time.
It was in a dip.
Yeah.
It was in a dip, and we dived into it. But my money was small. I started with $5K. Then along the way, I went again. I stopped the construction in Ghana, 2020. I stopped it. I stopped it for like almost 8 months. I started my building in 2019 November. We finished it in 2021. It took a year and a half, but I took like 6 or 7 months break to go use the money to go trade. And when I came back, I had enough money to just pay the whole thing off and go. So that's what I did. I was trading heavily, making money here and there. Then KPMG started in October. October, I grew my account to like 150K.
So you're getting into this entry-level job.
Yeah, exactly.
And you just made 150K whilst you haven't even been working.
Exactly. So I'm 150K. KPMG starts. It's just taking time away from me.
Yeah.
And then it was 3 incidents that made me quit the job within 2 months.
Okay.
It was a day where I made like, I think, 65K.
In a day?
In a day.
Wow.
And I was going to make that in a year. I'm a current job. And I sort of questioned things. So, it was pretty hard. I drafted my letter that day for resignation back in Sunday.
You hit 65 for the day, you're like, nah.
I questioned life, yeah. So I wrote my, 2 weeks notice. Then I spoke to my friend, who's also my mentor. He was like, submit it. That guy hates the company. They'll just submit it, just leave them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're about to go on vacation, December.
Right.
So I'll wait when we come back.
Yeah.
We came back, I had good accounts like I think 700 something K.
In the time from
between October to October I was growing. So October when I entered was around 50. Around November I was around maybe 250, 300. And then within 1 month I had bought some stock, they all hit like.
So it was like within like 90 days of you hitting.
It was 1 day, the most I made in 1 day was like $275,000. And I submitted that thing so quickly. So that's how I ended up working for KPMG for like.
No, because you just earned 10 years of the salary.
More than 10 years.
More than 10 years of the salary in 3 months or 2 months. And also, your salary would have been taxed.
Exactly.
So your net take home would have been nowhere near that anyway. Who wouldn't quit?
They would have increased the salary and all that. But I didn't need it. I was good. I had a plan already.
Yeah.
And my plan to come to Ghana was I was gonna move to Ghana in 2023 instead of 2021 by just grinding it out and sending money and stuff like that. But this expedited it. So now I have the money. As a matter of fact, COVID happened and all the plans of raising money, the whole thing went out the window.
Because you had it.
No. Just COVID, you can't come
Right,
to
right.
Ghana.
Okay.
And also, we were doing research on renting. Didn't make sense. I came to Ghana to ask for renting in the shops and stuff like that. I went to Palace. Palace was pretty new. They told me they were gonna open their own gym, and they actually did.
Yeah.
So I was really early. I was so early.
Yeah.
It was before Fair Rep. It's before all these gyms. Like
Got you.
when
Right,
I came and I left, like 6 months later or 1 year, all these things were popping up.
Right.
So I was actually right. I was like, my brainwave was there with
Right.
other people.
Right.
I just didn't move.
Right.
So COVID is happening. We're looking for properties. You know Ghana properties, which is what you do here at Kuro.
Yeah.
Prices is crazy.
Yeah.
You know, $2 million, $1.5 million to
Yeah.
buy like a commercial space.
Yeah.
Not like huge, like simple for a gym. The numbers didn't make sense.
Didn't make sense.
So the numbers didn't make sense. These guys are business people. Numbers didn't make sense. They call it.
I think this is a challenge with the Ghanaian system right now, especially in Accra, is that more and more, especially with these new tax regulations coming in, more and more the numbers are starting to not make sense in general, right? 250k apartment, all of a sudden you've now got 20% tax that's going to be on top. You know, people are looking at it, how much rent am I really getting, seasonality, and then you start to say, hang on, some of this doesn't make sense, which makes it more even interesting why you operate in the space that you operate in terms of affordability levels and those kind of things. So, but continue.
So fast forward, the whole thing wasn't feasible for the guys, and I understood. By this time, bro, I have my own money.
So you're good to go.
I have my own money, so I was good to go. I came to Ghana in 2021, left my wife in the States. She was to join me. I wanted to come here, get a car, make sure the place was still under construction. When I came, as a matter of fact, I stayed in East Legon for about 6 months.
Okay.
Before I moved in November 2021. So when I came, I was staying at East Legon from May to November of 2021. So when I came, your boy had money in the account. I was still trading when I came. I remember when I bought my car from a politician, and I made the money back in 3 days.
Wow.
Like life was good. I was living life until one point it wasn't anymore. I lost everything here in Ghana. So when I came to Ghana, for me, I lost the money so I can openly talk about it. When I came to Ghana, I think I was sitting like close to $1 million, clean, and it was all in stocks. When I came here, it started dipping. So when I came here, I think within a month or so, I was hovering around 650k, which is fine. It goes up and down. And then I bought this car, made it back, still around 650k, living life. Then I moved to my house in November 2021. Around this time, the account had dipped a little bit, but reasonably, around 450k, 500. It's normal. And the account goes up and down. As long as it's not constitutable, it's okay, you manage because you go up, as long as you have money to trade. So I'm around 500k. And then I'm like, for whatever reason, I listen to the inner voice a lot, and I felt like I need a car wash. I felt this feeling in New York. I remember I told my friend one time that I'm going to buy a lot of land by the roadside, and I'm going to turn them into car washes until they redevelop. I don't know where that came from. I'm actually doing that right now. I have a second location where I'm going to use it for block factory. So sometimes you just know things, you just have to listen to yourself, right? So I came home and I'm like, I'm looking for a car wash because I didn't want to buy bare land and spend so much money because the main road land is very expensive. So I went for an existing car wash. I found a car wash that was kind of like poorly managed, and I can tell finances was issue, and I just had an internal feeling that these people want to sell, and I approached them, and we finalized the deal in 5 minutes. They were ready to sell.
They had enough.
Yes, they were ready to sell, just looking for a buyer. There was no for sale on it. I just knew it. So at that time, I'm sitting on like 500k. I bought a property for $83,000. At the time, it was 400 and something thousand Ghana cedis. It includes all the machinery. They had a fence. Well, I took you there before.
Yeah. I've been there.
Yeah, so I thought it was a great deal from numbers perspective. I didn't care. I didn't look at how much land was costing anywhere. I just thought this is a nice return on capital based on how much I'm going to get from the car wash.
And what kind of numbers were you looking at?
Oh, the car wash was roughly going to give you $2,000 to $3,000 a month.
Perfect.
So if you look at it, within 4 or 5 years, you got your money back and you own a property outright. Like it was a no-brainer.
And that's an important point, right? And that's what I speak to clients about a lot of the time as well, is that when you are looking at an investment, you're looking at capital and return.
Of course.
And a lot of the time, people venture towards real estate or kind of shiny real estate because they think, okay, capital and return. But they don't understand that there are other operations, industries that have kind of asymmetric upside.
Of course.
That you don't even know. Look, take $80,000 and put it in any kind of studio apartment here and expect $2,000 to $3,000 a month. You can't guarantee it.
And it's not guaranteed, exactly.
Yeah,
This is guaranteed. The car wash, there's never been a day where I didn't make money in a car wash, ever.
Yeah, I mean, it's recurring. A car always needs to be washed.
30 days a month, every day the car wash is printing money, right?
Continue.
So I bought this car wash. I took over the car wash. While I was buying the car wash, I divided the payment into two. So this purchase, my own experience, how I operate my business of selling land. I don't sell land 100% payment, I do 50-50. I even give the buyer the right to go and test the land based on my own experience. So I bought the land, we structured the deal 50-50.
What was the payment milestone? 50 up front, 50 on completion of documentation, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, basically that's what it was. And I give them 1 month period. So their first payment was in November. Wait, I moved to the house. 2 weeks later, I bought this property in the same area.
Wow.
I moved
So
back.
you were just making
I was ready.
decisions.
I was ready to make things happen. And then when I bought the house, when I bought the land, my account started dropping because Russia and the Ukraine war. You guys can look at the timelines. That was the time where it was happening. And I trade heavily risky stocks. It's called penny stocks. When the economy, something is shaky, they go down like so badly. So when that happened, I got crushed. And when it was going down, I almost told these guys to let's renegotiate the payment terms. And I'm glad I didn't because I wouldn't have had the money to pay the guys. But I'm like, I'm a man of my word, let's just push it through. I paid them 50%. In December, my account was down to 200 and something K.
Shit, from almost $1 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was down to 200 and something K, and I took out 40K and I paid the guys. 40K and some change, I paid the guys. And lawyer fees and all that in addition. When I finished, I'm down to like 150K. I felt so broke.
You're richer than most, but you felt broke.
I felt broke because I'm not making money. And you have this money, it's different. You have no idea.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you about how I went down to square zero and how I came to appreciate $1,000. It's crazy how the money works, right? So $150,000 is like, at this point, it's like, wow, I'm broke, right? Because I was trying to build this minimal on a car wash. That was the main plan.
Yeah, so you had plans for the money, and then when it's gone down to that level, it's nowhere near what you're looking to execute with.
Exactly. So now I'm in my head, like, how am I gonna build this thing? And then I change, like I keep changing my plans, right? So I changed the plan, like, okay, you know what? Before I was just gonna shut down the car wash. Originally I bought it based on the numbers. I'm like, it's a good business. And I was gonna do the minimum and wash the cars at the same time. But then I'm like, the space and all that, now I'm not doing the car wash anymore. But since I didn't have the money, I said, you know what? Let me renovate the car wash, make it look nicer. Let's operate. Let's make some cash flow. Yeah. And we're gonna find a way to, make things work. When I started that, is when somebody started claiming the land.
Right.
Now.
And this is a story that you've shared openly and widely. And I think, if we long story short it, someone claimed the land, you had to go to court, you were in there for 2 years.
2 years.
You came out the other side, successful. But during that time, was there a point where you were like, this was a mistake, I shouldn't have come to Ghana?
When I lost the money, not for the land.
Okay.
For me, somebody who knows right from wrong. I don't use my emotions to make other people feel bad. The people that sold me the land did nothing wrong. Documents was tight, they did everything right, they were there for me in court. I didn't have to go and pressure those people. I blame myself that I didn't know the system well because I should have held on to some of the money and tested the land, and I didn't. Because there is documentation and there's physical possession and being on the ground and working and making sure there is peace. So when I was working, this happened. Now, I lost all the money during those times. The money that I'm talking about, I lost all of it to zero. All zero.
So because the stock value just went to zero?
It's just going to zero. You sell, I take some out. I had to pay a few things. And I think my account got down to like, while I was in coma, my account got to like $25,000. Below $25,000, I cannot trade. Because I'm known as a padding day trader. I need a minimum of $25,000 in my account. When I got to $25,000, I cashed out, pay lawyers, pay some debt, and then went to see home.
And no.
I was done. My account was blown at that point. So now.
But how long did that take? So you arrived in Ghana when?
I arrived in Ghana in May 2021.
And you then you saw broke at what stage?
2022 May thereabouts, I was down to zero.
Most people would have run back to the States at this point. What made you stay?
Okay, so at this point, I'm in court. I almost did. I was contemplating. Okay, should I stay in Ghana and I win? How am I even gonna? I don't have the money. How am I even gonna like get myself up and build this thing? Maybe it would be wise to go back to the state, hustle while this case is ongoing. When it's over, then I'll come back. I'll have some money to start something. That was one option. But then I'm thinking about the house that I have, thinking about the car that I bought, and somebody's gonna be enjoying that while I'm not away. And I did it.
And you're going back to the apartment.
And I'm going back to the apartment. The apartment is not even there. So I'm going back to my parents. And I've lived this boss life where they call you chairman, boss. I'm going back to the code. And like, you know, people are saying hi to you, you see in the sun. Bro, I looked at that life, I visualized it. And the other side, this was even okay. It was okay. So, yeah. And mind you, my residual income, what I plan for, I get something coming every once in a while. That can buy me food. Food and gas to get around wasn't a problem. I can't live lavishly, but I can survive. So I was doing that, but I was bored because I'm somebody who likes to be productive. Remember, I'm moving to the house 2 weeks later, I bought this car wash. I cannot stand still and relax, and I'm not born for that. So that was bothering me more than the money. What am I doing? So out of boredom, I started YouTube. And the rest has been history.
I saw your first video. I remember seeing it and I was like, this guy at 27 has manifested his own house in Ghana. I was like,
you remember the first video?
Yeah, I remember the first one.
Wow.
It came up and I was like, because even the word manifesting, that's what hit me.
That video did so well.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would even be a YouTuber if that video didn't do well.
It did really well. And I looked at it and I was like, this is like, I didn't know you, but I was like, I'm proud of this guy because you know, you have the kind of African pessimist and African optimist. And I think our generation, we get battered with the pessimist narrative of like, oh, we haven't come far, we don't get anywhere, the government are buying this, are buying that.
Of course.
And so to see someone who was younger than me, go to Ghana and show that he's built a house, because we are, I mean, I think as Ghanaians, we are family people. So you think about, oh, I want to have this set up for my family and all this. And you've done it. So I was like, wow, this is really impressive. So I saw that video, but continue.
Yeah, so that video, I mean, got a lot of attention. People, I had created a company with my estranged business partner now. It didn't work out, but we are both doing well in our respective places. So we had a real estate company together. When I was in the States, I realized there was a problem. Where my father's friends, my father has a lot of African friends. And my father is helping everybody out. We get their documents and stuff like that.
So your father has a background in kind of the real estate stuff?
No, my father has a background with helping people with their documentation.
Okay.
My father has a background with knowing a lot of Ghanaians and they come to him to share their problems. They send money to his brother to build a house for him and they school him. He send money to this person. So I was hearing that through my father encounter with his friends and Oyedi Misika and all that stuff. So I knew there was a problem.
Sorry. That's the number one thing I want to get across. This is a key moment because all of my years of trying business and trying different businesses, the ones that don't work is when there's no real problem. So always start with a problem.
Yes, so that was a problem. And when I came across my estranged partner, the way he did things was pretty nice, and I felt like, okay, this is, you don't have to trust me, everything's well documented and all that. So I immediately saw it. I'm like, let's partner up. We're gonna reach the diaspora with it. I didn't know how to move forward. So my first video, so we created a company and everything while I was in the States, 2020.
Before you done the
Before I even came to Ghana.
Oh, okay.
Before I even came to Ghana.
Okay.
While I was building my house, the whole process in the beginning, it was something new. It's something that exists here for professional firms, but we don't like paying the money to the professional firms.
Yes, it's true, yeah.
We don't. So I felt like, okay, if I can educate these people, there's a safer way. You might pay a little bit more, but that's what you do when you're outside.
But at this point though, you'd actually made the steps for the real estate company before you came and did the big boss moves here, 750K, I'm feeling
Way
good.
before.
So then when you hit rock bottom, you had to look at what you had.
You get it. So right now when I came to Ghana, should everything have gone well for me, I would have been an owner of that building called La Vie, with my gym and everything. I wouldn't be where I am right now, having the impact I'm having. So God always has a purpose, and you have to know how to listen to yourself and then pivot Because where I am right now, I am going to have all of it. I'm going to have this, but it's going to be just a tiny fraction of what I have. But that was going to be the main thing I have. If everything went well, I kept the money, all that, I was going to build it, and then hopefully I was going to reinvest in something. But I would have been so comfortable, because I'm not going to lie to you. When I made the money, I was so comfortable. I even felt my energy wasn't up sometimes. And it also taught me a lesson that just because you have money doesn't mean it's going to be there forever. I've never had that experience before. Having seen the money and then lose it, where $1,000 is a lot. I remember I went to my friend's, I was with my friend's best man at the Philippines. He paid for my plane ticket. I paid him back later. It was crazy, man. Just imagine having close to $1 million just a year ago.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Wow.
So my partner and I, we didn't know how to, my estranged partner and I, we didn't know how to, I'm saying that we're going to tackle the problem. He was the technical guy. We didn't know how to get to the diaspora, or like we had, like my father's friend gave like one contract or something like that to him and stuff like that. But it's really like it's not really a business.
It's not in your control.
It's not really a business. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not really a business at that point. So this video, the comments, first video. Immediately, I mean, I'm a sharp guy. Immediately, I know exactly the steps you take to grow this thing. Start talking about the design phase, the stuff involved in the construction, started breaking down my building costs and all that stuff. And then that brought in a lot of people, and that's how our business took off.
Wonderful.
And we had a nice run, and then people started coming to me for land because I genuinely gave people education on road expansion. Started with Athena side, which that road is going on right now. But way before, I had the 3D and everything, and people were like, can we buy land from you? And the issue that I had introduced me to the right people.
Yeah.
So that's where everything started with land, and the land leads to when you buy land from me, it went well. Now you don't want to trust somebody else to build for you. You want to trust the same guy, and that's how everything has been to this point.
I love this story because there's some. I mean, I am so risk averse. Like it's crazy because you came here without kids, right?
Yes.
I came here with kids.
Of course, it's different.
So my risk level is so like high, but I know in life you can't live life without taking risks.
Of course.
I know you can't grow. I can't grow without exposing myself. So hearing that story of like you tried something, it didn't work, but through the pain of trying, you got the necessary acumen and capability to actually build a business off the back of it. So you've spoken about pivoting towards land pivoting towards construction, and then naturally land. It happens to me as well. When I do videos, people ask me, where can I buy land in Athena? I point them to you,
exactly,
right?
yeah.
Because you've got a track record, and I think that's really important. But you've said something to me before that chimes in with something that my dad said to me once, and you said documentation is only 40% of the ownership. My dad always says possession is 9/10 of the law, right?
Yeah.
Possession as in build something.
Possession is key.
Yeah.
So to break it down, somebody can come to your land in Ghana, build on your land, and if you are not able to stop them, like evidence that not your mouth, evidence that you are trying to stop them, and they forcefully built. So that person built to lentil, you have a huge problem getting that person off. That person essentially has taken your land. You go to court, and the court will say he should find something for you, for the most part.
Or they should compensate you.
That's what I mean. They should find somebody for you. That's compensation. The only time where you go and build on somebody's land and you might lose their house or whatever is when you are building, you are fighting with a person. There's evidence. You are using force. You are using land gas, and you build and they're taking. The court is just common sense. The court is just using common sense, right? So they have adverse possession rule. That is not just in Ghana. It's actually in New York. I think it's 10 years. Adverse possession is just essentially when you abandon something, somebody goes to take care of it. Ghana, the limitation is 12 years. So if somebody's staying on your property, it could be a small structure, and they can prove that they've been there for that, 12 years, taking care of the land, and you didn't pay them to be there. They didn't pay you for rent. You're not gonna get that. You just lost it. Legally, they're gonna get a court judgment. They will be able to register the land in their name. That's why some people play this game literally to own land. Like adverse possession can legally be the basis of ownership in Ghana. So when you buy land and you think you have documents, so you've left the land, somebody can use adverse possession to take over your land. Then sometimes the land commission is supposed to be the system that we have in place. Is now I don't think it's fully. It doesn't connect all the way. So somebody can go and do whatever they do at the land commission and get their name there. but it's not the right name there. Some people depend so heavily on land commission land search, but sometimes that's not it. You have to understand. You have to understand beyond what you see, right? For example, somebody can buy land from Shah Hills chiefs, and then go and go and take Afinia land, and for whatever reason, being able to plant it, his name at the land commission. That whole transaction, the name you see, everything is not the proper way because the land doesn't belong to Shah Hills. Do you know where I'm coming from? So, a Shah Hills chiefs sell Afinia land to somebody, and then they're able to do whatever they did at the land commission to get their name there. You, as an innocent buyer, you go, you search. And sometimes, if you really understand it, land supposed to come from the allodial owners, usually the chiefs or the family before them. Sometimes you run a search and the person's name is just there, fraudulent. If you know what you do, the moment you see that you don't see any chief pass down, fraudulent.
Okay.
They didn't go to the proper channel.
So you need to see traceability from the chiefs
you always gotta come
to the
from
individual.
Chief to family. First, if you see just individual, there is no family. It's usually a family. Afinia, Shah Hills side is family. When you get to the same place, it's chiefs. There's stools or families, portions of families. It has to come from them. They're the allodial owners. It should track from them. If you see somebody's name and it didn't come from, who gave you the document? Like a company, and you just appear. It doesn't work that way. The company must appear, but somebody gave it to them.
And when you say family and chiefs, there's a difference, right? So, or is there a difference?
There's a difference. So, for example, wager stools. Wager is stool land, right? So it will be wager stools. That's what it will be. When you go to family, the family are there is the Lakle Quarter family.
Got you.
So it will be Lakle Quarter. So it's like that.
And sometimes they have the family gives the land to a trust to manage.
Some people have that as well,
Okay.
but it will still come from the family to the trust. It will still show.
Got you.
It will
Got
still
you.
show. Like the land should always show the side it come from. But that's just the land commission side. But then sometimes too, somebody has a judgment, like the case for Afinia, where you have recovery of possession. Well, somebody gets a judgment. It depends on what the judgment says. Some judgments gives you recovery of possession. So when I say it's 40%, I'm talking about the land commission side. There's more to it. So somebody might have Afinia, might have recovery of possession. It doesn't matter what document is in the past. If you didn't get the land from them, it's over. The only guarantee, now I've seen this in action, what your father said is right. The people that bought the land from the wrong people, that built, none of them lost anything. Even the fence wall, they didn't lose it. You just have to come and see their family. If the land is going for like $70,000 cities, they might charge you like 15 or 20. And it happens all over Ghana.
Yeah.
If you didn't do anything on there, there is nothing you can do. No title you have, nothing. When there's that recovery of possession given that you got it, the land was given to you by the wrong person, and for whatever reason, the land commission, they had their name there, and you've been able to do document. Now, all of that goes out the window. So to make a long story short, when you buy land, no matter what document is on it, the most important thing, documents or not, the most important thing is to take possession and build your fence wall. But a lot may change along the way.
My man. I think, Rush, we'll leave it here today.
All right.
I did want to get into kind of family and fatherhood and those kind of things, but maybe we can do that.
Yeah, you can do that some other time.
Some other time.
Yeah.
But I appreciate your time, my man. It's always, for me, you're the young wise man in town.
Thank you.
So I appreciate it.
Yeah, all right. Thank you.
Thank you.